Timmy.
So this is Van Jones. Is that guy literally wearing a mask?
Oh my God.
Is that no? That's his shirt collar.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank God.
I thought he was doing a chin diaper too.
I thought he was doing a chin diaper, but here we go. So Van Jones says Donald Trump was smarter than all of us. Have you seen this, Kurt? Watch this.
No.
How the hell did Donald Trump figure out the mainstream media is the fringe and the fringe is now the mainstream?
Wow.
He said, "How did Donald Trump is? We're told he's been a moron. You mean the guy that Hollywood was giving Emmy nominations to? You mean that guy? The guy who the guy who Oprah wanted to run for president? You mean that guy? I mean, the guy who's been on the cover of every magazine, guest hosted Saturday Night Live. He's been a celebrate. He plays golf with every president. They all go to each other's third and fourth. You mean that guy?
The guy that only richer people don't like.
Yeah. And he's like, how the hell? Because that's the.
How did you not see it?
Exactly. How did you not see the? So the point is, you're dumber than Donald Trump. That's the point. Here we
By
go.
a lot.
How the hell did Donald Trump figure out the mainstream media is the fringe and the fringe is now the mainstream? How the hell did Donald Trump figure out? I mean, Joe Rogan is obvious, right? Like, we knew the guy had a big audience. It's not like we were like stunned, but like, how the hell was he, the 78-year-old guy who doesn't even have a computer and still like writes handwritten notes? How did he become the guy who cracked the code on, to your point, running a cultural, I don't even want to say campaign, running
it was a movement. Look,
heading a cultural movement versus a campaign.
Every one of your people knows Elon. Listen. Yeah. So everybody keeps, the problem is you have a framework in your mind that how can Donald Trump? Guys, can we cut it out? Donald Trump is not an idiot. Donald Trump, let me just be very clear. Donald Trump is smarter than me.
Yeah, so can we cut it out? The answer is no. No, they can't cut it out. Because that's what they've been told, and that's what they repeat. And it makes them feel better if they can project all their stupidity that they have put us in their shadow onto Donald Trump. Every bad thing about people who hate Donald Trump, it's because they are that, and then they project it onto Donald Trump.
They also don't know when they're lying because he knows that bill, that First Step Act that he wanted passed that Trump got done, he knew that was going to be a popular thing, especially with black people where Trump had record voter turnout, right? So I don't understand how you're like, it's a kind of dumb where you do know the answer. Or is this for me to watch and think that like you didn't know? I don't get it.
Nicotine gum. So let's listen to more of this.
And all critics. You know why we know? Because he has the White House.
So he just said he's smarter.
So is Joe Rogan.
So is Joe Rogan. So let me back it up a little bit.
Donald Trump is smarter than me, you, and all critics. You know why we know? Because he has the White House,
Totally agree.
The popular vote. He has a massive media ecosystem bigger than the mainstream built around him and for him, and a religious fervor in a political movement around him. And his best buddy is the richest person in the history of the world, and the most relevant Kennedy is with him. This dude is a phenomenon. He is the most powerful human on earth and in our lifetime. And we're still saying, well, how was this guy? We look like idiots to ordinary people.
You're totally right.
Wow. So now, isn't it amazing after the election, they all can start, oh, you're right, we're all stupid and Donald Trump's smart. Isn't that amazing?
I don't buy none of it.
What do you mean you don't buy it?
Because I know, like, I don't know Van Jones, but I know, like, Lamont Hill. I know a bunch of media people from New York. And when you talk to them not on a thing, guess how they talk? Like they know everything going on, including stuff that you would call conspiratorial. So I don't ever believe these displays. I'm like, oh, you're splitting into your TV persona right now, and you're saying the thing you know you should say. But they all get drunk and talk and bang and do. They're all like full of it. They're intentional liars.
I know that. So you.
Van Jones is intentionally lying. We saw it on the James O'Keefe video. He knew Russiagate was a nothing burger. He said it to a hidden camera. So he's intentional. The other nerd is the same deal. They're trying to
That's
get
Chris
ahead in the
Cillizza.
game. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all the same.
I know this.
You think
But-
that judge doesn't
But what
know
I'm
what a
saying
woman
right
is?
now is what they were lying all along about how stupid Donald Trump is, and now they're forced to admit that, yeah, he's actually outsmarted all of us.
Yeah, they're not as smart as they think they are, is what it is.
He's outsmarted all of us, and what we were just doing was propaganda. And that's
What they think
exactly
is
what.
smart.
So now they're
Yeah.
admitting, yeah, we've been doing propaganda since 2016.
Of course, to get ahead in the industry,
Mhm.
that's what you. So Ketanji Brown, the judge, where they ask if what a woman is, woman,
And she didn't know what it was.
and if you're from the right schools, you think that's a great answer she gave. They go, "Oh, that's savvy." She goes, "I'm not a biologist. That's the smart way to answer."
I'm not
It
a
is not.
biologist.
But if you are high, if you're elite, you're trained to talk like you're a Corinne Jean Cringe Pierre. You know, I
If
know
you
it's a
don't
lie,
know-
but my team needs me.
If you're at college, you have a graduate degree, and you don't know what a woman is, how do you know who to date?
Yeah, you got ripped off worse than the insurance thing with Luigi Mangione.
How do you know who to date? How do you know? You're like, oh boy, I just have to cross my fingers and hope you are a male, because I certainly don't know what a female is. I don't know what a woman is.
They quietly swipe, was it right or left to not have them?
Right.
They quietly do that and then go extra hard condemning someone else for a non-crime. That's how they do it. You throw it onto somebody else because you're guilty. I've watched this for now 20 years from all these people. It's all when Me Too first came out, like that. I love that you immediately put up that email that she sent you, because if you had gone to a lawyer and the prevailing wisdom was not, you can't get ahead of a story, it doesn't matter that you're telling the truth. That's what they used to tell you. And it's not like that now. And it's because we have this other media.
I
where
was
you can
actually told to get ahead of the story.
that's a change in how they used to do it.
Yeah.
Because it used to be you couldn't, but now it's different.
Well, I had
And-
the dead to rights. I had the blackmail. She was so stupid. She blackmailed me and DM'd
Yeah.
me it.
I find her sincere because of how sincerely stupid that
How
was. for
sincerely
her to do.
stupid she was.
Yeah.
She's sincerely a
It's
liar.
adorable. What'd you say?
She's sincerely a liar. But anyway, let's not switch. I want to watch this one more time.
How the hell did Donald Trump figure out?
And watch how fast Chris Cillizza flips.
Yeah.
So he flips. So this guy's a moron, and he figured it out. And then he says, "Well, no, he's actually smart enough." He goes, "Yep, I agree. You're right." Watch how fast he flips. It's amazing.
How the hell did Donald Trump figure out the mainstream media is the fringe and the fringe is now the mainstream? How the hell did Donald Trump figure out? I mean, Joe Rogan is obvious, right? Like, we knew the guy had a big audience. It's not like we were like stunned, but like, how the hell was he, the 78-year-old guy who doesn't even have a computer and still like writes handwritten notes? How did he become the guy who cracked the code on, to your point, running a cultural, I don't even want to say campaign, running
It was a movement. Look,
movement, heading a cultural movement versus a campaign.
Every one of your people knows Elon. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yep.
so I mean, everybody keeps, the problem is you have a framework in your mind that, how can Donald Trump? Guys, can we cut it out? Donald Trump is not an idiot. Donald Trump, let me just be very clear. Donald Trump is smarter than me, you, and
Yep.
all critics. You know why we know? Because he has the White House, the Senate, the House,
Totally agree.
court, the popular vote. He has a massive media ecosystem bigger than the mainstream built around him and for him, and a religious fervor in a political movement around him. And his best buddy is the richest person in the history of the world, and the most relevant Kennedy is with him.
Oh my God.
This dude is a phenomenon. He is the most powerful human on earth and in our lifetime. And we're still
Holy
saying,
shit.
well, how is this guy? We look like idiots to ordinary people.
You're totally right.
First of all, he's not right. They're leaving out the main part. It's not that everybody loves Trump. I don't love Trump. I never have. I actually like him better now from watching what they were trying to do to him.
Right.
That don't mean I think Trump is Jesus the way they're trying to imply with that. What it is they hate you and your stupid glasses and your stupid fake dumb. How are we not the mainstream? Well, okay, I know they hide the numbers from you because it's cable and they don't want to raise your pay, so maybe that's why you haven't put together. But surely you talk to someone. Surely you noticed the cancel times kicked out everyone independent from the lowest Santo tainted feminine men that are left. Surely you notice that. Everyone hates what you are. So Trump, who was never a guy people liked like that, you're so disgusting and insincere, and you think that's a virtue, they went to Trump. Acknowledge that part, that you suck. It's not that he's so... I figured it out. What, am I smarter than all of you? I guess I must be.
Over to Steph.
Okay, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Let's see what this one says. What is it? Theta mooned me. Hey, Kurt. Thank you, Theta mooned me.
Nice.
Rumtech. Here we go. Where's Rumtech? Hold on. Rumtech.
Roofer.
It was a great show at Two Roads Saturday. Everything and everyone was awesome. Even the hard-hitting material was on fire. Yeah, that turned great, right? Nice night. All the fuss with drones was probably from a porch pirate stealing a package marked radiology. That's from My War. Thank you, My War. Happy donut farts. The Biden library should be curtained off closet in a video store. Happy donut farts. Israeli demolition of all branches of Syrian military hardware manufacturing, research, and infrastructure has turned Syria into an extension of the defenseless West Bank. Seamus. Civilization runs on hierarchy, domination, forced enslavement, rather than equality. Hunter-gatherer societies run on equality, parentheses, democracy. Thank you, Hannah, sir. Joe Rogan, we lost a lot of people during COVID, and most of them are still alive. LOL, Crash Bandit. Thank you, Crash Bandit. Much appreciated.
You know
All
what
right,
I also think is funny is how people try to pretend that Joe Rogan isn't funny. Like, that time I saw Joe Rogan at the, you can come to me, at the Comedy Store. I don't know, was that 2016? I went back to the Young Turks. I was quoting his act. It was so funny. He had so many quotable lines, which that's, how many comedians have you seen you don't remember a thing they said? I remember